Hey there, Retro Games fans. This is Andy C from Pieces of 8-Bit. Today we're going to be doing a mercifully shorter review. Hopefully you caught my longer Riven and Dizzy reviews from my last game reviews. Riven just needed a long review. You can't review that game without playing it for sort of half hour plus. Really only just scratched the surface of that. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It wasn't too long. Dizzy, yeah, I just kind of got stuck in with that. I really enjoyed playing that. I'm kind of desperate to go back and play that again. Yeah, I definitely played that for longer than I probably should have done for my review, and despite a few fast forwards it still ended up topping over to the half hour. This one will be shorter, and today we're going to be looking at a game that I did talk about at the very beginning of these videos if you've been watching them since then. I mentioned about Stunt Car Racer. We'll be doing that in a later one. Today is Lotus Turbo Challenge, or more importantly Lotus Turbo Challenge 2. The first game, Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge, came out in 1989, in fact maybe even 1990. This one came out in 1991. This is my favourite of the series. There is a third one as well, which I didn't enjoy so much. The first one's quite serious, more of a racing game. You're racing with other cars, you have to manage your fuel, those kind of things, so it's kind of quite a different racing game to this one. This one is much more arcade style, so for those of you who are fans of Outrun, which I am, this game will be a little bit more familiar to you. So obviously a bit later than Outrun, so graphically it is improved, it's very colourful, it's really good fun to play. So it will be a shorter review because what I'm going to do today is basically run a couple of races. Essentially the way this game worked is once you've sort of completed a stage, you got a password for that stage that you completed, and then you could go back and play that again. So I'm going to play the first stage just to kind of give you an idea. Last time I tried to play this, I didn't do too well, so as with a lot of these things, I appear to have lost the knack of playing a lot of these games. I did used to play this game a lot back in the 90s on my friend's old Amiga 500. Clearly I have lost the ability to be able to play this game, or any games for that matter, from this era, but I'm going to give it a good go. Then we're going to pop in a password and play one of the other stages as well, so you can see. So total game time hopefully won't be too long, so hopefully won't bore you for too long. Racing and trying to commentate as I'm doing the racing is going to be an interesting challenge for me, so please bear with me if it goes quiet for a while or I have a furrowed brow. Just kind of ignore it and just go with it. I think this is a really fabulous game, and even though I have just gone back just to make sure I can get it working, I have really enjoyed it. One thing I have done is swapped the controller for the joystick that actually came with the Commodore 64, because I think playing with the Amiga controller that came on the Mini Amiga just isn't really very good using the D-pad, so I think joystick's going to be better, so I'm going to give that a go. Obviously if you don't have access to that, then you can use any controller for it. If you can find a joystick type controller, I think that would probably be better though. So I'm rambling on. Let's get stuck into the game. Hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in there. And then afterwards, obviously, our usual wrap up. Like and subscribe as always. That's my ask. Thank you very much. Let's get straight stuck into the game. See you there. Okay, so here we go. This is Lotus Turbo Challenge 2. Let's watch the intro sequence. As I always say with these things, in 1990 this was kind of cool. Yeah, nice looking graphics, nice looking game. Got the little pop-up headlights. Yeah, how cool is that to my 13, 14-year-old self? This is the car that we'll be racing. As I mentioned before, the Elise is not featuring in this game. This is all about the Elan. Okay, we don't need to see the little demo at the start. Let's get stuck in with the game. Alright, okay, so let's see our options here. So this is the password that I mentioned before. So if you've got the stage passwords, then you can do it. You can play two-player split screen, and that is the best way to play this game. Okay, so I'm being a bit of a loner today by just playing on my own, but this was always the best way to play the game. Split screen on the Amiga with my mates, absolutely great fun. Right, I'm a wuss, so I'm going to go for automatic. Not like that. Yep. Alright, so that's our control. Never tried this, never tried linking it up. I assume it works much the same as the standard two-player game. I'm just going to leave the name as it is. Okay, let's get stuck in into the game. Alright, the forest course. Now the buttons on the joystick seem to be the other way around, so I've got to bear that in mind. This is the point where I don't actually go anywhere. Oh no, that was the right button. Literally the right button as in the right hand side of my controller. Okay, so doing a good job of crashing into everything at the moment. Oh dear. So I'm in 5th place, but I don't know how it works, because if I overtake this car here, look, I'm still in 5th place. So I don't really know how that works. It is a time-based game, this one, so unlike the first one, which is you're racing other cars, fixed length, that kind of thing, this is a checkpoint-based game. So again, as I mentioned before, games like Outrun, this will seem very familiar to you. It's not as catastrophic when you crash on this. You tend to just sort of crash into things and it slows you down. Obviously on Outrun, the funny thing about Outrun is when you crash on that, oh goodness me, I'm all over the shop. When you crash on Outrun, of course you hit like one of the signs or something like that, and you end up flipping your car, and your girlfriend in the passenger seat waggles a finger at you in disgust at how you've managed to essentially spin over an extremely expensive car. But then the fact that she just wags her finger at you, I mean, it'd pretty much be a write-off, but there you go. So you can see this, obviously the similarities here in terms of how this plays. Oh yeah, nice little S-bend there for me to catch me out. Oh, that's, oh dear, absolutely terrible. Okay, well, I seem to remember last time I played this, actually I had about 5 seconds left at the checkpoint, and then I failed to make the next checkpoint. Let's see how we go. This is a very twisty road. You have to ask yourself, where are the cars that come the other way? Oh, you see that? Oh, I missed that. So you see the water slows you down, and you saw on the other side that there's a log. See if I can get over that. Nope. I just sort of randomly drove into it. If you hit it, there you go. Do a little bounce in the air, which is quite useful for getting over those little puddles of water. I do feel like there needs to be some road maintenance on this road to get rid of all this standing water. That seems somewhat dangerous to me, especially as this is, I assume, a sanctioned race track of some description. There's no local cars around, so yeah, let's see if we can do it again. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm in trouble. This is first race in and we're already in trouble. Am I going to do it? No, I'm out of time already. Oh, look. There's the end. Oh, it's absolutely tragic. Absolutely tragic. I already hear you saying, this is Andy C that's reviewing all these retro games. Is he actually capable of playing any of these games at all? Hey, I got quite far on Dizzy, right? Until I walked into some spikes. Right. So, okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and grab some passwords. I'll be right back with you. We're going to try a different stage. Okay, right back here then. This stage has a password of Liverpool. And it's our motorway stage. So what I'm hoping from a motorway stage is this a nice big long straight line. I noticed actually that we do have some traffic now on the other side, which is kind of neat. But it's on the other side of the road. So now, as this is a British motorway, I'm kind of expecting for there to be some major roadworks. Oh, I noticed all the other cars are Lotuses, and they're all white. This is like no British motorway I've been on before. There's definitely no. Oh, this is going to end badly. In my defence, this is one of the much harder ones. At this rate, I'm going to be doing a third race, just to prove how desperately bad I am at this game. Okay, I really need to overtake this. What would you say, magenta one here? Well, I've overtaken. All right. This is definitely one of the harder stages, so I'm not expecting to get too far on this. I did expect to be playing for slightly longer than 30 seconds. The trouble is, if you drive on this other side of the road, it's nice and clear, but you have no idea where the cars are going to appear from. So the draw distance means you don't have... Oh, I made it. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to make the next one. Oh, no, not that. Oh, the magenta one's back again. Oh, this is absolutely catastrophic. Oh, yeah. I can't... Yes. I'm just waiting. I'm just hoping that there's going to be a 50-mile-an-hour restriction, like on the 98% of all British motorways, or one of those smart motorways, perhaps, that reduces the speed of everyone, so that you don't have to wait. Oh no! There was just a bit of no. Oh, I missed it. Now the truck just passing over the bottom there. You can drive under those, and it will do a little yeehaw for you. Maybe I'll have another go and see if I can get that to work. That stage is difficult. Is it still selected? Yeah, it is. Let's have another go. Let's have another quick go and see if we can do moderately better. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a weird thing again. In the UK, we don't really have motorways with other roads just crossing like that. But, you know, it's a game. I should probably get over it. Okay, let's just try and do a little bit better here. I'm not sure actually the joystick has helped me necessarily that much. If the object of the game was to bump into every single obstacle along the way, I would be doing really well at this. But yeah, I'm just trying to be a little bit more cautious this time. Crikey, I just realised how little time you get. You don't get much at all. But I was 5 seconds better than I was on the last one. I'm not actually intentionally on this side of the road. There we go. Yeah. So obviously observes the British drive on the left thing here as well. That's good. Little attentions to detail, obviously. I don't know how widespread or how good this game was outside of the UK. Actually, I don't know how well it was received outside of the UK, but like I said, it is kind of fun. Now let's see if I can get to that. Oh, yes, I made it. Extraordinary. I didn't see the truck though. I didn't see where the little truck crossing thing was. Come on. Oh, that's a tight bend. Oh, it's actually, do you know what's causing me the most hassle is this sort of central part here. Oh no. Okay, we're going to run out of time. We didn't even get a yeehaw. Oh, we crossed the road, but there was no... Go on, go on, go on! Oh, no dice. Okay, there we go. I said I'd do a couple of races. I feel like I've shortchanged everybody here due to my utter ineptitude. Okay, I'm going to do one more. I said I'd only do two, but they've been so mercifully short. I decided to do another one. I always remember the password for this one for some reason. This is a fog stage, and the password for it is pea soup, and I always remember it. I think this is stage 2. Oh dear. Absolutely dry. I can't see a thing. I guess that's kind of the point, right? Alright, so here we go. Oh, jeez. I don't think draw distance is the problem here. I think that's a terribleness of driving. I've managed to hit every piece of scenery and every single car since I started. I've got 13 seconds left. I'm only going to make the first checkpoint at this rate. Of course, a lot of the thing with these games, at the risk of trying to excuse myself from total ineptitude, is that I made a checkpoint. Okay, well, we'll call that a result. Is the fact that, you know, when I played this a lot, I mean, bearing in mind that it was over 30 years ago, when I played this a lot, you know, I knew the courses and the cars, and you kind of get a feeling for where the obstacles are and all those kind of things. So, you know, you play the game enough times and you kind of remember those things. Obviously, I've played a lot of games since then. It's been a long, long time. I know I am making excuses here. I hear you all crying, but you know, in my defence, I would have played hours on this, and I would have been a lot better. And then maybe I should have reviewed it back in the 1990s. I'm out of time already, so that was like a minute. so there we go. I don't even know if that's a good score. Almost certainly not. But yeah, okay. Well, look, I said it was going to be a short review. Let's go straight to the to my wash up, and I'll give you my thoughts. See you there. So then, what did you think about that? Apart from the obvious, really terrible driving on my part, turns out that commentating and trying to drive at the same time on a game that you've not played for 30 years is probably not the best idea. But I am making excuses for myself. I cannot excuse my own utterly dreadful performance in those races. Probably picking the motorway stage was a bad idea. That is one of the harder stages anyway. But I didn't exactly excel in the first one either. Obviously, as I said, you know, whilst I was playing the game, you know, I put a lot of hours into this, and at the time, I got to that motorway stage by myself without the use of the internet and passwords. But you know, like ultimately, in terms of playability, that game is still loads of fun. I think playing it on the joystick, as I mentioned, is probably the best bet if you've got one. I didn't perform necessarily any better or worse with the joypad. It would be hard to perform any worse, to be honest. But if you're really into those kind of arcade style games, which you know that I am, so Outrun, Chase HQ, those kind of things, then this game is loads of fun to play as well. My only real kind of major criticism with this game is the fact that they don't have the soundtrack in the game. So, you know, obviously Outrun has that amazing soundtrack, which you know, that was part of the draw of it, was the fact that you could pick your music at the beginning and that would play through, and it's so iconic. There isn't really any of that in there. The music at the beginning of Lotus is inspired by Yellow, you can tell that. And the song The Race. It'd be great for some more of that style of music actually in the game itself. But to be honest with you, it's only a kind of minor detail. The game is very, very challenging. It's a lot of fun. The checkpoint style of this game over the first game, I think, is more fun as well. I think the first game, it's a good game, but I think ultimately that sort of that style of race game where you're doing the racing and you've got to manage your fuel and all those kind of things, I think that only really got perfected once you start to get sort of to the stages of Gran Turismo and those kind of things sort of a few years after this. So I think this era is better for that arcade style. The draw distance obviously is a bit of a problem as well, but then that's also down to the technology at the time. You can't really fault the game for that. And I think it adds a kind of, it's kind of what makes these games a little bit special, that kind of, well, it's not retro styling, it was modern styling at the time, right? But it was, you know, that sort of draw distance thing and not knowing where things are going to pop out at any one time kind of adds to the fun of it. And it's why you need to play games like that a lot of times, to start to get to know the tracks and where the obstacles are and those kind of things, so that you can get further and further in. So would I recommend this game? Yeah, absolutely, I would recommend this game. This is such good fun to play. I think games like Outrun are better, if I'm honest, but this certainly was one of the best races on the Amiga, and the Amiga is definitely the platform to play this on. This is the platform I played it on many hours. But yeah, as races go on the Amiga, this is definitely one of the best, if not the best. Yeah, I don't think it's as good as Outrun or Chase HQ for that matter, but I do think it's a lot of fun nonetheless. I'm doing it a disservice by even saying that. So if you can find yourself a copy, or if you have a copy of this already and you've got an Amiga emulator or a mini Amiga, go get this one booted up and get and play it. You will need to put a bit of time in it to get any good at it, as I've proven. So yeah, go seek it out, go enjoy it, and get playing. So that's it from me for this review. I told you it would be a short one. Thank you very much for watching. As always, please like and subscribe if you can. I will join you next time for another 90s retro game review. I won't tell you what it is just yet, and I'll see you then. Until then, see you soon.